Hi witches. I woke up this morning and there's been so many things that have been going through my head over the last week, but I'd like to make this video about being your authentic self, what it means to be your authentic self, and how that correlates to online reality. And I think, it's just my opinion, but I think that this is a really interesting question, because after reading so many comments over the last 24 hours, one thing that I've noticed that is a question that everybody continually reiterates and asks is, how do we know who we're talking to online? How do we know who's telling the truth? How do we know what people do and don't do? How do we know what people do and don't make up? And it really brought me to thinking about how our world around us is affected by the online reality that we immerse ourselves in, because essentially what brings us to the internet, what brings us to Facebook, what brings us to YouTube is a fact and a sense of, or a lack of understanding perhaps in society. So we become in a sense a recluse. We come to the online forums because we feel that people understand us, but with that understanding we also have the ability to create a persona. We can create our own reality online and nobody knows who we are. And generally speaking, what I have noticed, and I have actually read in textbooks, I did start a Bachelor of Criminology last year, and within these textbooks they talked about online reality and how it affects people's lives so much that they actually become disassociated from their physical reality, because they begin to believe that their online reality is more important to them than their physical reality. And that right there, I think, is the biggest problem that so many of us are facing, that we all have, not all of us, I shouldn't say all of us, but I'll talk for myself, that sometimes I become so immersed with what's going on online that I forget that I have a physical life. I have a life in this physical realm, and I spend so much of it online with things that don't affect me that I do become affected by it. But I shouldn't, because in reality, in physical reality, this sort of behavior wouldn't stand up. It'd just be brushed off and nobody would talk about it. But online, it's an issue. So I did a meditation at 2 o'clock in the morning. Actually, it might have been a bit later than that yesterday morning or this morning. I've always had problems with sleep, bad problems with sleep, to the point of I think that I have insomnia, but I don't like to take sleeping tablets, but I just have to wear myself out more or less. But I had a cleansing bath. I had salt, I had sage, and I had some clove in the bath. And then I got out of the bath and I did a meditation. And as I was meditating, the words, "I would rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I'm not," just kept running through my head. And it brought me to thinking about myself, how I perceive myself, how others perceive me, and how I present myself to other people online, and being true to who I am as a person. And that's all I can do. I essentially, in reality, it does matter to an extent, but I'm not here to have people love me. I don't care if everybody loves me. I don't care if everybody hates me. I'm here for my own spiritual purpose, and that is what matters to me. I have quite a few people that I confide in and trust, and they are the people that matter to me. My respect must be earned. It's not something that I just give away. And I'm beginning to notice with myself online at the moment that I'm really coming out of my shell. There has been a change with me, and I'm beginning to see my authentic self, but I have a long way to go. And I believe that online reality, it puts up walls a lot of the time when it comes to being our authentic selves, because the reality that we create for ourselves sets up so many barriers. We become confused with what's real and what's not sometimes. And I've come to the conclusion now that I will never stop being myself. If anything, I'm going to start showing more and more and more of myself, and if people don't like it, that's fine. But I don't want to continue down a road where people are perceiving me as something that I'm not. But one really interesting way, and it's a good way for everybody to look at this, is to watch your own videos. Now, I generally will watch my own videos. I don't do it all the time, but I do try and watch a few of them just to see what I look like on camera. And sometimes you just think, oh my God, I can't believe I said that or did that. But I have found myself many times watching my own videos and becoming enthralled with what I am saying. And I have found myself sitting and nodding at what I'm saying like I've had some sort of epiphany when I'm the one who made the video. So how can I become so enthralled with what I'm watching online when it's me? If that makes sense. And how can I also explain it? Right. I posted a video a long time ago. And in that video, when I watched it back, and I've only just realised this recently, I made a comment that was almost the exact same wording as something Tiptoe Chick had said. And I even used the same hand and arm motions. And I didn't realise that. And when I watched it, I thought, oh my goodness. Now, I believe that when a lot of people, whether it be you or me, we watch people online, we try, not that we try in a sense, but there are certain elements of people's personalities that we just love. And whether or not that we're looking to do it on purpose or not, it comes through in our videos that we emulate that. Now, Amanda Pearl actually brought up this in a really fantastic video I was watching this morning, that when she first found the path, she found, actually I could have been wrong on that, not when she first found the path, but when she first found spiritual videos online, she found Charming Pixie Flora. And she thought that Charming Pixie was just wonderful, and she wanted to emulate that. And she thought, if I do this and I say that just like Pixie does, I'll be just like Pixie. But she realised that, hang on a minute, I have to actually go out and experience it for myself. I have to practice it myself in order to evolve spiritually and become more enlightened. I can't just watch videos and expect to be like that person. And I do believe that that's what a lot of people do. They watch you, they watch me, and immediately we try to emulate that person without going out and experiencing life and reality apart from YouTube or Facebook ourselves. Now, forgot what I was going to say again. Sometimes I think I've got air bubbles in my head, honestly. I don't know, I forgot. I'll think of it in 2 seconds. Our subconscious mind, that's where I was going. I generally, if it's an important video, and I have so much to think or say, I will write it down, but I didn't for this one because I had to do it right now. But what I believe actually happens when we watch the videos and we essentially it's not intentional, but a lot of the time that we can see that people emulate each other, and people see so many similarities in videos, and that becomes boring to people, is that when we see something we like in something, our unconscious mind, obviously, our minds record everything. Everything I'm doing and saying right now is recorded in my Akashic Records. And for those of you who don't know, the Akashic Records is the memory's way of storing everything that we've ever said, done, thought, felt. It's all there. And you could have had a conversation with somebody yesterday, and you could only remember, you think you can only remember fragments of what was said. But it will take a smell, a situation. You could be outside in the rain and somebody says something to you, and bang, it triggers a memory. So every memory, everything that we've ever done, it's all in our Akashic Records. Well, that's the term for it, the Akashic Records. And I believe that when we watch people online and we resonate very strongly with something they do or say, immediately our subconscious records that, and then we find ourselves subconsciously emulating that in videos. So I think, and essentially what we're doing, we're not being our authentic selves. We are watching these people and thinking that that is who we need to be, instead of looking for who we truly are inside. And that is what is most important. Once you can assert that there is a huge difference between online reality and practice away from the computer, and you can differentiate most definitely that there is just online reality has nothing to do with our physical reality, because essentially what is online means nothing to us. So how many of you walk away from your computer really thinking and about what has gone on? None of us do. We may be angry while we're sitting in front of our computer, but we can walk away from our computer and we'll forget in 5 minutes, and that is what happens. So I do believe that we all really need to take a step back, and in order to know ourselves, we must we must do, I guess in a sense, a lot of shadow work. We must look within ourselves and admit our flaws. And for me, my biggest flaw over the last 24 hours, and I'll admit it, is that I shouldn't have been involved. I shouldn't have been immature enough to even respond to anything that initially happened. I should have just kept quiet. It's not my place to say. And I've paid the price for it, and I can't do anything about that, and I'm not going to. And I learnt my lesson this morning, and I did, it was the icing on the cake for me this morning when I read that comment by Rhonda in 1970, because this is someone who has respected me, and I have lost the respect of that person for involving myself in something that had nothing to do with me. What somebody else does in their life, I'm not just talking about the last 24 hours, in general, what other people do with their life, what is that to me? I'm wasting my time with other people's issues, other people's grievances, other people's problems, and I'm not looking at my spiritual self. And that's what I came here for. So I guess essentially what I am trying to say is that when you're online, just remember that the way that somebody comes through a screen is not necessarily who they are. And I'm trying to explain this the best I can, because like I said, when I watch myself on camera, I can actually become enthralled watching my own video. And I've noticed that my hand mannerisms, or just my mannerisms in general, things I do, the way I maybe move my hair, I can watch myself and think, do I actually do that? Because I don't realize I'm doing it during the video, and I think, wow, do I look like that on camera? Or, oh God, I can't believe I did that. And it's almost... Online reality and watching people on YouTube is almost, in a sense, it can be addictive, and it lulls us into a false sense of spiritually knowing ourselves because we're watching others, so we feel that we know something spiritually because somebody has told that to us online, when we don't know anything until you experience your spirituality firsthand by practicing it. You will not ever be your authentic self. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And this is something I have to work on too, because I am online a lot. I blog, I vlog, I have a store online, so I can spend up to 12 hours on and off throughout the day online, if not more, because I do have trouble sleeping. So from here on in, this will be something I'm doing to work on my own spirituality, taking time throughout the day to shut the computer off, walk away, get my cup of tea, my very cold cup of tea, and go and sit for 5 minutes. Give thanks to the God, give thanks to the Goddess, be thankful for the day, just for being alive, for being who I am, and for everything that I have. I'm by no means rich. I wish I was, but money doesn't buy happiness. I do believe that we all have to be more thankful for just being us, for having what we do have, instead of being ungrateful for what we don't. That is what spirituality is. It is a spiritual path. It's not about having, it's not about doing, it's about being. So, on that note, and I encourage everybody, just do this. If you post videos online, go back and watch some of your videos, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. You can say something in your videos and you'll think, wow, I just had a big epiphany then, like you're watching somebody else, and you forget for just that instantaneous moment that you're watching yourself and think, well, I said that. And you realize that you're being pulled in to an online reality when you're watching yourself. And that's how easy it is. If you're watching yourself and you're enthralled, that is the pull that the online source has, to pull you in and to trick you into thinking, you watch yourself. I mean, it's silly and it's not really making sense, but it makes sense to me because I think it's really funny. And if you watch your videos, you'll understand it. So, anyway, video responses to this would be really great about how you perceive your online reality, your online experiences, and has your online existence or your online persona, the reality of just being online, has that affected your life in any way? For me, it does affect my life. My partner has no understanding of how I can possibly be happily online all the time. He says, what is it that you do on there? You're either on your store, or you're on Facebook, or you're on YouTube. He does like to be online, but not to the extent that I do. and a lot of people don't understand my enjoyment of being online. So I guess in a sense it is like a hobby, it's in itself, but do you believe that it can go too far, and has it gone too far for you, and how did you fix it? So anyway, and do you believe that your online reality has interfered with you being your authentic self because you have changed your opinions, or you have become something that you're not in order to have people perceive you the way that you would like to be perceived? That's a good question. So anyway, much love to you all. If you would like to email me, magic@thewitcheshouse.com. My new blog, www.bysageandbone.wordpress.com. I'm still working on that one, so if you see changes, don't worry, because I've only got one post up there anyway. Facebook.com /The Australian Witch, and my store, which, again, feedback. I'm still looking for feedback from everyone. If you think there's anything I need to change, or if there's anything you'd like added to the site. I don't really want to be posting, the elements and the gods and goddesses and things that you can find anywhere or in any book. I don't want that. Come here, look, I can show you Sunny. Sunny, come, Sunny. Sunny, hey, come, quick, come on, come, Sunny. Sunny, there's people watching. Hurry up. Come on. Say hello, Sunny. Hi, Sunny. Hi, Sunny. You're so cute. Okay, I'm going now. Yeah, much love to you all. Wild blessings. Bye.